To do it, he's going to use the tugboat, so they're both ready, and we're waiting, and still no sign of the boats. Back to you.
All right, Gary, we'll be back to you in just a few moments to see how they're doing.
You couldn't see anything.
I know, you just disappointed me here, Liz.
Well, another great place for watching the turnaround is high in the sky with Reed Yaden. Reed, what do you see?
Okay, what I see is the Delta Queen. The Delta Queen ahead by about 1.5 boat lengths. The turn is the next major event coming up. As they came up on the Knights of Columbus point there along the river, they were 11 minutes longer getting there this year than they were last year. Owe it to the river current. But as we're getting ready for the turn very shortly, they have just, the Belle of Louisville has just hit the head of, or just come up on, didn't hit it, just came up on, or came abeam of the tip of 6 Mile Island. The Delta Queen is about a boat length and a half ahead now, about coming up the midway point along 6 Mile Island. So the Delta Queen has continued to gain as they cross the waterworks, the water tower down there. The Delta Queen was about a boat length ahead. So she, between the waterworks and the 6 Mile Island, has picked up an additional 1/2 boat length. We have 2 tugs standing by, as Gary said, the Miss Ida, operated by Wooten's River Service, and the Sharon M, operated by McBride's Towing. They will assist the boats. We'll talk to you more about that. That's going to be good. Let's go back to the studio now.
Thank you, Reed. So that current may be hindering the Belle of Louisville. Well, we'll talk to him about that in just a minute.
Let's go out to the Belle of Louisville and Stephen Fickey to find out if it's time to start pushing the boat yet, guys. What's going on?
Fred, Liz, you can tell Reed, I guess Reed can see for himself that a tradition has continued here on the Belle of Louisville. I have donned a hat this year. It is a Kentucky Derby Festival hat. And I can tell you this much, at least for the two of us, that we were in the shade for about 15 minutes there, and it was cool.
It is, but once you step on the other side into the sun, it's 20 degrees warmer over there. We're about ready to make our turn. We're approaching on up 6 Mile Island. I can see Miss Ida waiting for us up there.
Miss Ida on the port side of the boat, the left side of the boat. On the starboard side is Sharon M, which will help the Delta Queen. At least that's what we're told, that the Sharon M will help the Delta Queen turn here in the Ohio River, and then the two of us will head back downstream, so to speak, full speed ahead. Right now, we are maybe a boat length and a half behind the Delta Queen. At this point in the race last year, the Belle of Louisville had a boat length lead, so we don't like being in this position, to tell you the truth.
And last year we made a quick turn, too, and that really helped us. We turned around and headed down the river before the Delta Queen even thought about turning around down there. So we need to get an oar out for each person, do a little paddling, and see what we can do here.
Okay, let's go back to Fred and Liz.
Stephen Fickey, have you heard about any gamesmanship coming up as you're about to make this turn?
We have not, but there is the possibility that the Delta Queen may be using those bow thrusters instead of the tug over there. We're just going to wait and see.
All right, guys, thanks very much.
Well, we're going to go up to Reed now, and I want to ask Reed about those bow thrusters because, Reed, now you said that actually the tugboat will help the Delta Queen make a faster turn than the bow thrusters.
Oh, much faster. The bow thrusters are really good when she's pulling into the wharf or something like that, but in a quick turn situation, the bow thrusters aren't that good. The Sharon M will turn her around real fast. Now, you're seeing the Delta Queen. I've got a shot of the Delta Queen. Dave Bolligman's taking that for you. Notice the craft there moored along the shoreline. Remember last year the Delta Queen said, hold on here. There were some pleasure boats out there got in our way. I don't know if those boats are in the way or not, but they're awfully close. The tug you see up ahead, just up front of the Delta Queen there, is the Sharon M, operated by the McBride Towing Service. It's named for the daughter of Mr. McBride, Captain George McBride, named for his daughter Sharon, and that will assist the Delta Queen in turning, and I'll have more on that in a moment. Liz, back to you and Fred for now.
And you know Sharon M pretty well, don't you?
Yes, beautiful lady.
Used to go out with her, I think.
Oh, you're telling everything we know today, aren't we? This is tell-all.
Why not?
The secrets are coming out here. I like this. Now, let's go to the competition and find out what the bad guys are doing, although there are good guys out there, including our buddies Mike and Sandy. What's happening, guys?
Hi, Sandra.
Liz, I have this funny feeling that Sandy's having some mic problems.
Yes, I know. She looks great,
impression?
but we couldn't hear. Let's go to Reed now because I know we can see what he's looking at and also hear him. Hi, Reed.
Okay, hi, Liz. I hope you have your seatbelts buttoned there, Fred and Liz, and everyone at home and everyone along the shore, because the money shot is coming up. There's a banner tour. You're going to see it. You're going to see it pass in our picture very shortly. An aircraft towing a banner, and the agreement at the meeting was that they were going to be much higher than that, folks, and I'm showing it to you on TV. There you go. Now then, back to the Delta Queen over there. There is the tug, the Sharon M, waiting on the Delta Queen. Very shortly, he'll nudge up against her. The boats, both boats now, will be pushed toward the center of the river. They push from the front of the boat. They'll push toward the center of the river. The Sharon M is about to make contact in just before very long there with the Delta Queen and begin to help her with her turn. The Belle of Louisville still some distance away. Now let's go back to Fred and Liz.
Thank you very much, Reed.
Now let's go to Gary Collins up at the turn there to see what's happening. Gary, what's going to happen here on this turn?
Well, I really don't know. It remains to be seen. I can tell you one thing, it's not going to happen. I don't think any pleasure boaters are going to be getting in the way. See, last year, I guess there was some sort of possibilities of a pleasure boat getting in the Delta Queen's way. Somebody accused the Belle of Louisville from maybe planting someone in there. That's not going to happen. We got a couple Coast Guard boats right here. Everything is clear. We just have the 2 tugs and the 2 boats, one of which I don't see. The Belle of Louisville must be behind just a little bit. Maybe, Fred, maybe we should say the Delta Queen is allegedly ahead in this race. But right now it seems pretty clear to me. Now they're going to have to come up a little bit farther. You can see the tugboat, the Sharon M, is kind of pacing along with the boat. It's almost like a relay race here. I noticed that she started speeding up and got a little bit ahead, and they're just about to make contact, and the turnaround should be coming about here in just probably about another minute and a half. And still no sign of the Belle of Louisville, but you never know. She may be able to turn around a little faster and take off downstream, and of course it's going to be a little quicker downstream. Back to you.
All right, we're going to be looking for your best play-by-play here in a couple minutes as the turn is made. This is the key portion of the race here, Gary.
Certainly is. Certainly is. Kind of like the Indianapolis 500 at pit stop. That's the way I look at it. I mean, you know, they put the stopwatch on them up there, and I think they probably should here, too. I would suspect it would take the Delta Queen a little while longer. Reed may be able to fill me in on that, but I would think it'd take them a little longer to turn around. Naturally, it's a longer boat, much heavier, too.
All right, Gary, thanks very much.
Now, he says that the boat is allegedly ahead. You don't have to use allegedly in sports, do you?
Oh, these days, it seems when there's more action in the court than on it, more and more we're finding the word allegedly is being used in sportscasts.
Seeping in there,
Yeah,
okay.
it's unfortunate.
Well, let's go back to Captain Yaden. Hi, Reed.
Hi, Liz. We're 53 minutes into the race, and I'll give you a view there of the Delta Queen. The Delta Queen and the Sharon M are running side by side right now. The Sharon M has not yet started any assistance for the Delta Queen as she prepares to make her turn. Now then, it will be a duel of the diesels as they make the turn. Gary, you brought up an interesting point. The Sharon M, though, is equipped with twin 1,200 horsepower diesels, twin Cat 379 engines, total of 1,200 horsepower. The Miss Ida is equipped with twin diesel engines, Jimmy's, if you will, 1271s. His horsepower totals 800 horsepower. So among the tugs, the Sharon M has 400 more horsepower to work with, but he's turning a bigger boat as well. Now, thus far, the Sharon M is sitting off to the side. Is he going to do it on his own? Is the Queen going to turn on his own? The Sharon M so far doesn't appear to be doing anything to help the Queen, and it looks like he's starting to swing it a little bit. Is he that confident of what he can do? He came into this thing about a boat length and a half ahead of the Belle of Louisville. The Belle is beginning to maneuver toward the blue and white Miss Ida now. So far, though, the Delta Queen, as best I can tell, is not taking any assistance from my vantage point up here. Perhaps at this point we should momentarily check in with the Belle of Louisville or check in with a vantage point on the Belle. That's it from the Channel 32 Skycam topside for the moment.
Thank you, Reed. I can tell that definitely they are not using the tugboat.
Let's take a good look down at the Belle of Louisville with Vicki and Steve.
That's just what we were talking about, whether or not the Delta Queen was going to use the Sharon M tugboat to turn around. And instead, I take it that the Delta Queen has decided to go with the bow thrusters. Is this the trick that the Delta Queen's captain had up his sleeve today?
Sounds like it. We knew they had something.
We figured something like this was going to happen. We're coming up on Ida. She is prepared to turn us here in the Ohio River.
She'll get on our port side, and she'll give us a good turn. We just may can do a little better in this race. We can at least play catch-up.
And as Reed has told you, this is a very exciting point of the race because these Belle of Louisville crew members really get on this thing to get the Miss Ida to turn this boat around. Fred, Liz, back to you.
Thank you very much, Steve. Now, we had a little bit of break up there. It's tough when they're turning around. Let's go up to Reed now, though, and see from his vantage point. Reed?
Okay. The Delta Queen, the captain on the Delta Queen has decided to gut it out. you see he's using the bow thrusters, but he did not use the Sharon M to help in his turn. He swung her close to the shore. He's swinging it wide. He's not going to back up. He's 3/4 of the way through his turn, and the Belle hasn't started yet. Now, the Belle will make a real quick turn, though, when the Miss Ida nudges up beside her and begins the turn. That was a real tough call, a gutsy call on the part of the captain of the Delta Queen, and I think he made that call at just the last second because the Sharon M was in there ready. I think he said, hold it. I'm going to try it. We're going to power this thing out. We have the current with us as we head home, and the Delta Queen, for all intents and purposes, is turned around. He'll head back home now with the current working with him. Now we come with the exciting shot. Here we go. They're just about to make contact. The Miss Ida is up against the Belle of Louisville. He's ready to start shoving 800 horsepower against the side of that boat. It'll whip around really fast. You'll see the water begin to churn up behind the Miss Ida, and the Belle of Louisville will turn. It's going to be closer coming out of this turn than you might think, but coming into the turn, the Queen entered the turn with a boat length lead, perhaps as much as a boat length and a half. The Queen began her turn at about 54 minutes into it. Now the turn for the Belle of Louisville has started. The Miss Ida has edged up there very close, very close. He's up against her. He's starting to shove her around. The Belle of Louisville is about a third or fourth of the way around, and now those 800 horsepower from those twin GMC engines, twin GMC diesels, are earning their keep right now. He's going to keep shoving the nose of that boat around. He's nearly halfway around with her. The Delta Queen is already looking for the Clark Memorial Bridge. He's heading back. He's still very, very close to the Belle of Louisville, but at this point, he certainly is ahead of the Belle of Louisville. Let's call the Belle of Louisville about halfway around at this point. About halfway through her turn, the Miss Ida giving it everything he's got, and the same two captains are turning her that have turned her before, Captain James Bennett and Captain Ralph Claycamp. They're aboard the Miss Ida. Over there on the Sharon N, Captains Pat, Steve, and Bobby McBride, they stood by, but the captain on the Delta Queen said, nope, I'll do it alone. 3/4 of the way through the turn now for the Belle of Louisville, getting helped by the blue and white tug, the Miss Ida. When the Miss Ida's not turning the Belle of Louisville, she's pushing a fuel flat. She'll pull up beside these river tolls, fuel them up, and they're on their way. That's how she pulls her daily duty. Okay, he's just about completed with the turn there. Just about completed of the turn, and I would have to call the Delta Queen about 2 boat lengths ahead. About 2 boat lengths ahead. There she goes. The Miss Ida's backing off from the Belle of Louisville now. The turn's completed. It's up to the captain on the Belle of Louisville now and the river currents, and I'll say the Delta Queen, as they leave the turn and head for home, is a full 2 boat lengths ahead. A full 2 boat lengths ahead. Okay, we are going to give you a look at what you're seeing now, and that's the exciting race back to the Clark Memorial Bridge, where we'll hit the finish line. We hit the turn this year. We hit the turn at the 54-minute mark. Let's see where we hit it. Exactly 10 minutes difference. We hit it at the 44-minute mark a year ago. They're out of the turn now. The Delta Queen has at least a 2, maybe a 3 boat length lead on the Belle of Louisville. That's it, but it's not over yet. Fred and Liz, it's yours.
Thanks a lot, Reed. Now, they were a little slower going up the river because of the current.
Right. The current works with them now. It'll make it a much faster trip heading home. It's just a question at this point of can the Belle of Louisville make up a 2 to 3 boat length deficit? Can she make it up? She's got the help of the current with her now, but the Queen got an awfully fast turn there under his own power, too.
It's not over till it's over, as they say.
That's it.
Thanks, Reed.
Yogi Berra over here. I like that. Yes, so can the Belle of Louisville pull a come-from-behind special? Stay tuned as Channel 32's 1989 Great Steamboat Race coverage continues.
We'll be right back.